The files didn't lie. Our enemies used to wear our uniform. The bunker smelled of decay and ozone. Red emergency lights fought with the sickly green glow of dying fluorescence, painting everything in shades of rust and rot. Dust motes danced in our flashlight beams, revealing long, echoing corridors and pipes weeping dark fluids onto the concrete floor. Every surface was scarred. Hazard symbols were peeling off the walls, and heavy steel doors were savaged with deep, gouging claw marks. This wasn't a battle. It was a breakout. We found the archive room. As I brought the terminals online, they flickered to life, the interface glowing in stark German. The project header stared back at me. Project Eisenwolf. Project Eisenwolf. Files within detailed genetic integration experiments, splicing human DNA with Canis lupus. I saw text overlays pop up on the screen, data logs from the scientists. Phase 3. Aggression increased, impulse control and decreasing. It was a recipe for disaster. Deeper in, we found the holding cells. The bars were 5-centimeter thick rebar, but they were bent, bowed outward from the inside. There were no bodies, just clumps of coarse, dark fur snagged on the twisted metal. I watched Bauer, our medic, as he ran a gloved hand over the damage. His fingers were trembling. He's seen a lot, but this was different. This was pure, desperate strength. One of the terminals still had video logs. We played them back, watching the grainy diegetic footage unfold on the screen. The entries were chillingly clinical. Day 47, subject strength has increased by 400%. Day 73, language faculties are failing, lupine features are becoming more pronounced. Then the final control test. The subjects turn on their handlers. The video cuts, but we didn't need to see it. The sudden blare of sirens, the frantic running shadows and the screams echoing over the recording told the whole story. These weren't just experiments. They were weapons that had broken their leash. Suddenly, a low tremor ran through the floor. A deep, rhythmic thumping from somewhere above. It wasn't machinery. It was heavy, and it was moving in the ventilation shafts right over our heads. Instinct took over. We snapped into a 360-degree formation, our laser sights dancing through the thick, dusty air, searching for a target that we couldn't see but could definitely feel. Whatever was in those vents with us was big. Scrambling through the control room, we found a maintenance tunnel blueprint. It showed a service route, a way out, leading to a small exterior outpost. But the path ran straight through the early test chambers. It was a gamble, but it was our only shot. We plunged into the narrow tunnel. The air grew thick and damp. Strange phosphorescent fungi cast an eerie green light on the walls, illuminating a slick, territorial slime that coated the metal. And then we heard it. Breathing. Slow, deep, and getting louder. It was close. It was hunting us. We burst out into the outpost, a small communications hub surrounded by pines. The radio array was miraculously intact, and next to it, a crate of demolition charges. Voss got on the horn immediately, requesting an emergency evac. HQ's reply was ice cold. Your mission is classified. No reinforcements will be sent. Then a second voice cut in, unauthorized, chilling us to the bone. Elimination of all witnesses is authorized. They weren't coming to save us. They were coming to bury us and this entire operation for good. In the corner, an old 16mm projector sat on a table, a forgotten film reel still threaded. We turned it on. The flickering beam cut through the darkness, projecting images onto the concrete wall. We saw the faces of the volunteers, Weber, Kramer, Richter, young soldiers just like us smiling for the camera. We watched as they received injections, their initial confidence turning to regret, then to agony. The final frames were almost unbearable. Their bodies were twisting, changing, but their eyes were still human. They were still trying to speak, mouthing words we couldn't hear. "Help me!" A metallic groan from behind us. We spun around. Standing at the threshold of a massive steel door were 6 figures. They were towering, monstrous, a horrific fusion of man and wolf. They clutched improvised weapons, but as we raised our rifles, they slowly lowered them, opening their massive clawed hands to show they meant no harm. One of them spoke, its voice a broken, guttural mix of English and German. "Soldiers, Why are you here? The government? Lies. In that moment, everything shifted. I looked at them, at their pained, intelligent eyes, and I realized they weren't monsters, they were victims, soldiers betrayed and transformed. Just then a familiar sound began to drum in the distance, growing louder with each passing second. Rotors. A kill team was inbound. The creatures looked at us, a desperate urgency in their expressions. "Follow," one of them rasped. "Deeper. It is safe." They pointed towards a dark, natural fissure in the rock behind them. We had a split second to decide. Trust the monsters we were sent to hunt, or face the men who just signed our death warrant. As the outpost doors were breached by a tactical team, we made our choice. We followed the creatures, vanishing into the darkness of the earth.